Hello everyone and welcome. In this video we're going to be recapping some of the old hoaxes that used to be in Five Nights at Freddy's 2. Some of these hoaxes involved the Stingray, Fixed Withered Bunny, and the purple guy in the office. So if you remember any of those, make sure to stick around and watch this whole video. So the most popular one of all of these is probably the purple guy animatronic in the office. If he was around during Five Nights at Freddy's 2, you've definitely seen this image before. And at the time, it was kind of believable. Yeah, I definitely believed this hoax for a while, but after a while of watching speed edits on YouTube, I think I started to stop believing this. But at the time, this was really believable. So, the purple guy animatronic was made by HOAXES 1987 on November 16, 2014. So this is a really old rumour as well. So this hoax was supposed to work like Golden Freddy, where he'd pull down the monitor and he'd just appear in the room for like a split second and then he'd go away. But this was debunked when it was debunked when people realised that it wasn't in the game, but then it was also like fully debunked when people decompiled the game and looked for all the game files. But at the time, this was really good. This was really believable. Now, for a hoax that everybody has probably seen, and I mean everybody who has been a FNAF fan has probably seen this, the Fixed Withered Bunny image. Now, I don't actually know too much about where this image came from. I couldn't find it on the wiki page or anything, so if you do know more, please leave it in the comments below, but I remember this being a big thing. I mean, not just Withered Bunny, I remember people fixing all of the Withered animatronics at the time, but especially this Withered Bunny image is so like I remember this so well, and it was quite believable. This was definitely at the time when everyone was doing speed edits of all the animatronics, like fixed with the Chica and everything like that. And yeah, this Fixed Withered Bunny was so believable back then. I mean, looking back at it now, it's not that believable, but it was just different back then when people used to believe things like this. Another teaser that lots of people are probably going to remember is all the Withered Thae animatronics. Who remembers after FNAF 2 we all thought that FNAF 3 was going to have Withered Thae animatronics in? I'll put some pictures on the screen, but I don't know who made these again, so if you do know, please let me know in the comments and I'll add them in the video or the description. But I think these images originally came from Fazbear Entertainment Storage, which is a fan game. Now for a hoax that's still going on today. People still believe this hoax 10 years later. The hoax goes that on the Android store, if you didn't buy Five Nights at Freddy's 2, in 2015 you might have tried pirating the game. So you go on this website called Aptoid, which is an APK site, and you would download a really dangerous virus APK basically. Allegedly, I should say, because it's still not proven, but go watch Gavin Gon's video on this. He really does a great recap of everything, and I really do think this is a hoax now, 100%. But basically, it was exactly the same as FNAF 2. You would play the game, but when you open the game, all these things would pop down, and it would say like allow control over your whole phone, allow cameras, allow everything. So you would accept all of these things, and you would play the game, and it would just play like FNAF 2. But then when you beat the game, a picture of Withered Chica is supposed to pop up without her eyes, or a picture of a girl supposed to pop up screaming. And then after that, your phone's supposed to get factory reset. Now, this was a real thing. I believe it was on a Transformers game in around 2010 or 2011. But I don't think this is real at all, and I think this is a hoax. Because if this was real, we would definitely know about this now. That's a big deal. An app, a FNAF game that breaks your phone completely and is really bad ransomware. If that was real, everybody would have known about it. Scott would have talked about it. In 2015, you would have known about this if it was real. I really think this is a hoax, but please let me know in the comments whether you think this is a hoax or not. But I really do think this is a hoax. And again, another really popular hoax was Golden Toy Freddy. Now, looking at it now, it's weird thinking we all believed these things, because it clearly is just Toy Freddy, but just like recolored, which I know Golden Freddy is just, golden normal Freddy, but like, it's so obvious that it is just Toy Freddy but golden, but it was different back then. If you was there, you understand what I mean, but it was a completely different, I can't even explain it really. It was a completely different way people believed things, because now everybody knows, they just look in the game files and see, but then, if you had a convincing Photoshop, everybody would believe it, because no one knew how to decompile the games then. So if you made something that looked good, people just took it as real. This hoax was a mod according to the Wikipedia page that people just thought was real. You should look on the Wikipedia page if you want really in-depth information about all of these hoaxes, because there's a lot of information on here. The Grey Puppet was also a really famous hoax at the time. But that's just the main hoaxes in this video. I really hope you enjoyed this recap. It's been a really fun 10 years for Five Nights at Freddy's 2, and I can't wait to see another 10 years. I'm excited for the movie next year, and I hope everybody watching this has enjoyed the past 10 years of Five Nights at Freddy's 2 being out. It's a really good game, and you know, I remember watching Mark Play's video on FNAF 1, you know, like when it came out. That's how I got into FNAF, but FNAF 2 is where things really you know, I watched Markiplier's video and I was like, yeah, this game's fun and scary. FNAF 2 comes out and it's like, that's it. It's for the next 10 years, I'm just completely obsessed, so I guess I really owe it to Five Nights at Freddy's 2 for, you know, bringing the series completely up there like that. Thank you all for watching. I'll see you next Friday for another video, and goodbye!